Hello all, welcome back to the channel. In this lecture series, we'll be discussing about probability and permutation, combination, and also about mensuration. In this video, we'll be discussing about probability of simple events. What is a probability? Probability is the chance that some event will happen. It is the ratio of the number of ways a certain event can occur to the number of possible outcomes. So it is nothing but, let's say, we have some particular event. The chances of it happening is the probability. See, you would have studied probability earlier during the first year of our college or during the schooling. Some of the common examples you would have seen are picking a number from like let's say um, a ball of numbers, or picking card from a set of cards. See, something like that. Like taking let's say king of spade from entire set of packs is any card from the pack of cards, it will be like 1 by 52. So it is similar to that. So probability as a numerical measure of the likelihood of occurrence. So probability, we can like it can range from 0 to 1 and also zero point 0.5 in the middle. So if the probability is somewhat lesser than zero point 0.5 and is closer to 0, the probability that the event might happen is very unlikely, that the chances of it happening are very very less, or it is not possible at all. If it is like zero point 0.5, the occurrence of the event is just as likely as unlikely. It's like 50-50 chance. Like if you spin it, if you just toss a coin, the chance of it landing on a head or a tail, it should be a typical, technically it should be 50%, but due to let's say like the weight or the type of coin, it might change a little bit. And the last one, if it is one, the chance of that particular event happening are almost certain. It is very certain that it is going to happen without any doubt. An experiment and its sample space. So, an experiment is any process that generates well-defined outcomes. So, if you're going to perform any experiment of a process, that then the outcome it generates, it should be very clear and it should be well defined. So then it can be called as an experiment. Then a sample space for an experiment is the set of all experimental outcomes. So whatever the outcome it can have, all of them put together in a set is called a sample space. So whatever possible outcomes can come, all of these outcomes will be put together and called as a sample space. An experiment outcome is also called a sample point. So each individual data of that particular or answer to the experiment is a sample point. So all the sample points put together will be a sample space. When events and their probabilities. An event is a collection of sample points. So all the sample points put together is an event. The probability of any event is equal to the sum of the probabilities of each sample points. So it is nothing but each individual, the chances of getting each individual sample point or the answer is the probability of that particular event. It is a sum of all these put together. If you can identify all the same sample points of an experiment and assign a probability to each, you can compute the probability of an event. Yeah, exactly as said earlier. If you can find out what is the probability of a particular outcome or a sample point, as we discussed earlier, then we can find out what through different sample points we can find out what we can also calculate. We can calculate what is the total probability of all the outcomes of that particular event. So example of this is a toss of a coin, we get head or a tail. Another experiment is like inspection of a part in like a production sort of place, where we have different the part can be, once you do inspection, the what are the possible outcomes? The part that is being manufactured can be good or bad. So that is the part is defective, it is bad, or it is non-defective, it is good. These are the outcomes that can come, right? And conduct a sales call. Okay, so we would have got like the calls from like card or like from the banks, right? They would have called us and asked for that. Okay, what are the possible outcomes that you could have like ended up with? So you get a call and they ask you to like purchase some card. What are the possible answers you can say? You're going to buy that, you're going to get that card or not. That is purchase or no purchase. And the next one is roll of a die. So we'd have played snake and ladder and all of those games, right? We'd have used dice. So when you roll a die, what are possible outcomes? Yeah, one, two, three, four, five, and six. Obviously, yes. Then play a football game. So when you play a football game of football or cricket or whatever it is, what are our outcomes? Possible outcomes. You can either win or lose, or it can be a tie using simple events. So the probability of an event A is equal to the sum of the probabilities of the simple events containing A. So if we look at the entire event A, then there are the sum of probabilities of each individual events contained in A will put together is the total probability of that event A. So simply put here, the probability of A is equal to number of simple events in A divided by total number of simple events. So we get the formula like this. We should know that, as discussed earlier, the probability can be between 0 and 1. If the event can never occur, then probability of A is equal to 0. If it is certain, P of A is equal to 1. So the sum of probabilities for all simple events is equal to 1. Thank you.